family, tell everybody, follow Everyday Heroes. You do not want to miss this stuff. I'm telling you, we having guests on here right now. We having guests on here already. You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm about to get
It's
into,
fire.
you know what I'm saying? Quan about to get into some stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we gonna go ahead and get into it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna introduce Quana. We're gonna talk about a little bit of, health and nutrition and the business that she has and things like that. Obviously, if you look at me, I don't know nothing about nutrition, so I'm looking forward to hearing this stuff. So let's go ahead, Quana. What you got to say? Good having you on the show.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Glad to be here. Um, I just look at nutrition. A lot of people look at the way the health is today and how the world is set up and how people are continuously getting sick. Like whenever you turn around, um, people are sick. But it's because people think that, in my opinion, they feel that it's because of what's happening around them or that it's just some type of miraculous thing that's happening in their body. But the reality is it's what we're putting into our body. And so like a lot of the foods that we eat nowadays is not food that should be eaten. It's not something that's edible. It's not something that is adding value to our life, but we
So,
consume it as though it's the best thing in the world.
do you follow nutrition?
Do I follow nutrition?
Yes.
Yes, well, and when I say nutrition, I believe in a plant-based diet.
Oh, okay. So, are you vegan?
I am not vegan.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. So, what's three things right now? Just quick. Three things that people should not be eating on a daily basis or at all.
Uh, Fake food.
How do you know it's fake?
Uh, Food that, let's say, that has chemicals within it. So, like recently, I was about to order food from a restaurant, and the warning on the bottom of the restaurant said that the food causes cancer or it is harmful to your reproductive system, and it's a very prominent fast food place.
Something like McDonald's?
Haven't eaten McDonald's in over 9 years.
Okay, 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 okay. All
Yep.
right, all right. Drinking made me start going back to McDonald's. You
What
Can I
know.
happened?
add on a little bit?
So, what were you saying?
I was gonna say like you have hybrid fruits also. If you go in a grocery store and you open up these fruits, they don't even have seeds in them no more. So it's like, how the hell did they grow these fruits? And another thing like um that's it. That's it.
Dang, this nigga done time on himself.
Yeah.
Hey,
But you're
time.
absolutely right. You're right. A fruit cannot grow without it having a seed. It is genetically modified, and that is absolutely true. And so, even the food that we're to serve us or we're beginning to buy out of the grocery stores are not food that promote health. It's not. It's not a for real food.
Okay.
Why are we getting sick? Because we're not eating. We're not eating for our health.
Okay, I'm back. You got like videos in China where they're making rice out of plastic bags. You got this white rice test. You put rice on a spoon and you burn it and it melts like plastic. So you got a whole lot of things like that. You got to see where you buying your food from. You got to see how your food is made because a lot of this stuff just is not right, but it's kind of impossible to be 100% healthy. I don't think it's realistic.
My
It's not
question
realistic.
my question is how you put yourself, corner, how you put yourself in that mindset to be vegan. Or be not vegan. You say not vegan. How you put yourself in the mindset to eat healthy.
Um,
Because it's hard
It's
for me.
about finding ways, but go ahead.
and in all honesty, I looked up the lineage of my family, and I looked at my mother who just recently had several strokes back to back. And for the past 3 to 4 years, she has been bedridden. She doesn't eat, she doesn't talk, she doesn't walk. And then I look at my grandmother who is basically the same. She has difficulty. She can walk, she can talk, definitely can talk, but she has great difficulty. And then my uncle just recently, well, you know, had a
My
stroke as well. And
my
so
dad.
right, your dad, right. And so it's very easy for me to look at that and say, I want to be, and the part of it is my mom was only 55 years old. She turns 59 this year only. You see what I'm saying? And so I can look at that and say, there is something that has to change within me. And again, there is something that I have to leave for my children so that they can understand that life is worth living. How are we going to live this life to the best of its ability? And the things that they're offering to us, just because somebody offers it, does not mean that you should take it. But right now, we've fallen for every and anything.
Okay, so let me play devil's advocate real quick. JB, I got this one for you. What about the 90-year-old who eats bacon every day? QWANA.
Say it again.
I say, what about the 90-year-old who's still living and healthy who eats bacon every day?
You know what? That's what works for them.
Right.
It's what works for them. Does it work for me? No, I don't feel good when I eat bacon.
Right.
But that's
so
go ahead.
with me, I was a skinny guy my whole life. I started gaining weight when I was maybe 28. I actually did change my diet. I used to eat all kind of junk food all the time. And like now I eat black rice, white rice, asparagus. The only meat I eat is chicken. At times, I ain't gonna lie, at times I might have a rib maybe twice a year, but it's not a thing that I do often. But I'm gonna say this, I really don't see any effects. Like, I mean, I'm at my same weight. I'm like between 178 and 180, depends on what I eat. And I can't drop or gain. So I work out a little bit. I mean, it's kind of hard to maintain a workout because I work overnight. But I don't know. It just seemed like the same.
I love that, right? Because the world and society has taught us that our main goal is how we look and what our weight is. However, when you look at nutrition, it has nothing to do with your weight. It has everything to do with your health. It has everything to do with your life, right? And so like people that are looking to lose weight are willing to try anything, any pill, any shake, anything that says that you're going to lose weight. But in all of that you're trying, you are not considering your life, right? Nutrition is about saving and considering your life. It's like if you lose weight from it, then kudos to you. If you drop a few pounds, then great. But if that's the main thing that you're looking for, that's the main thing that you're not going to get. And it's the main thing you're going to miss out on is the health of your life.
Now, to add on to that, QWANA, you know, I definitely agree with that. You know, I used to actually sell Herbalife, and I have several friends that sold Herbalife, and you know, people are using this Herbalife products, which works, right? And then the day, it really does work if you follow it, but this product just recently came out and said it's associated with liver failure, and it's fatal.
Right.
You know, so people could try, people could try all these shortcuts all they want, but you have to work for what you want. You have to be dedicated, and you got to just stay on top of it. You know, and that's 100%. I used to be a wrestler in high school. I used to do all that stuff. I obviously haven't in 10 years, but you know, that's just my take on it. It's definitely important. You go ahead.
It's just me, man. Like, it's hard for me to stop eating ribs. You know what I mean? Like, how do you stop eating ribs? Is so good. Like the stuff that you don't want to eat, and when you go out to the like McDonald's, is cheap. You know what I mean? It's like, and then when you want to eat healthy, it's so expensive. You know, like, and then it's good too. It's so convenient and good. So how do I stop myself from buying that cheap stuff and good stuff and buying salad? It's just And then even when I buy salad, I put in ham, bacon, dressing in it. So it's like, and because I just can't eat it, it's nasty.
See, that was my biggest thing with like being vegan. It's like if I'm vegan, that my mentality was all I can eat is salads every day. And I'm like, I don't want to eat cold food every day. I want something hot that's gonna make me feel good, give me that itis. But like I think I went like 6 or 7 months. All I ate was rice, beans, and peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, honestly, didn't do nothing, good or bad. I don't feel like it did anything.
Go ahead, Corner, because I don't know nothing about it.
It actually doesn't cost more. That is definitely, if you think about it, if you take out the dairy and you take out the meat, the expense of your food goes drastically down. And so if you're looking at your health and you're looking at what makes you feel better, and I will also say that you may not have felt anything, but I almost guarantee that if you would have taken your blood work and you would have done your blood work prior to it and your blood work afterwards, you would have seen a significant difference, right? It's about your health. It's not about how you look. It is about how you feel. It is about how you can endure. It is about the longevity of life, right? And it's not going to cost you more. And it's not about eating salad. I don't like salads. It's what you can do with the
what
food.
What you eat?
Man, I eat food. I eat.
I got a
food.
question. All right, when you shop, do you shop in like Walmart and Publix, or do you shop at Whole Foods? Because Whole Foods, I've been there a few times and it's way more expensive. So that's why I want to ask, because you said it's not really that much expensive if you eat healthy.
So I variety shop. Again, I have a family of 8, right? And so I shop Publix. I shop what's that place? Walmart, Publix. I shop Trader Joe's. It's just a matter of what I'm looking for and who has it. But the other question that y'all ask is like, how do you do it? How do you know? It takes planning and it takes preparation. Does it take time? Yes. Do I always make the mark? The answer is no. I absolutely do not. Does it take a lot for you to eat that way and for you to sustain it? The answer is yes, it does. It really does.
So, if I want to ask you this, if I was to be vegan, how would I get all my proper vitamins that plants don't provide?
And so like I'm a 6th grade science teacher, right? And so I look at the science of it. We always say that like the grass or the plants are the primary source because they're the producers, because they get their energy directly from the sun, right? And so if an animal is eating the plant and then we're eating the animal, scientifically speaking, that energy and those nutrition is being lost once it's going through the digestive system of the animal, right?
Yeah, like
And
a third
so,
party.
right. So who's to say that we're not getting everything that we need with a plant-based diet? Because we're eating the primary source of which all of the energy is coming from.
That's
It,
a
to
fact.
me, it just makes sense.
Yeah, so that's a fact for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but you never know until you try. But again, if you are, we're at the point in society in life where we fall for anything. If they tell it to us, we believe it, right? But they tell it to us because they need us to believe it. So if you think about it, the shift, 20 years ago was that chicken was better than red meat, right? But now if you look at it, there's another shift that's happening when they're like, oh, we may have been wrong that red meat is actually better than chicken. But here's the whole thing. What's happening is that we have consumed so much chicken, they need us to cut back. And so now they need us to go back to this red meat, and they need us to go to consuming the red meat so that they can build up the population of chicken again. And then they're going to come back and say the same thing. But the reality is, you have to decide what's good for you.
Look, the chicken's being cloned anyway, but that's a whole nother thing.
Being
That stuff,
cloned.
this stuff is being cloned
A
anyway.
lot
But
of it is.
yeah, we'll say that for another day.
Antibiotics, like really.
Yeah, shoot, man, they
But my
doing all kind of crazy stuff.
But hey,
You
my husband
know.
at the point, we always worry about the cost of what it's going to cost us to eat and eating cheap. But he made a very valid point. He just said, but what about the cost of your medical bills? Your medical bills are going to be substantially higher if you continue
mm,
eating the way that you're eating and looking for the cost of something rather than the health of your life. You are worth you are worth it. And that's all you have to realize is that you're worth it. Your children are worth it. You're not laying in that hospital bed. You understand what I'm saying? It's worth you taking the time and the expense to invest in yourself. You want to invest in the house, you want to invest in the car. We're the last thing that we invest in, but we're the one thing that matters.
mm.
All right. So, let's get into some final comments, some final thoughts, and then we're gonna get into Quanta's business. All right. So, final thoughts on this topic. Let's go, JB Written.
Uh, I'm mad you went to me first.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
No,
let's
go.
no,
switch it
no,
around
no,
if we got
no,
to. Cause
no, no. I'm gonna go first, cause I am a meat eater, man. Like
oh,
I love meat. I love chicken. I love, ribs. Like I said, and of course I want to eat healthy, but I'm an athletic person. You know what I mean? So I stay active and I stay working out. But I definitely feel better when I do work out and I do eat better. But for me, just to draw back from it, I really have to really dive into what everybody is saying, and really take my time to try to stop eating. But even if I did, I think I might draw back to it, you know. And then I know some people had the mindset of we gonna die anyway, why not eat? You know what I mean? So I don't know. So that's why I say I'm the bad person to go first on this one. But since you called me first, don't do what I do. Eat better. So, you know, that's my final closing statement.
Uh, all right, so I got a statement, and then I have two questions for Quana. All right, my statement is, um, of course, certain foods are bad for you. It's even bad at with eating at certain times. A lot of people shouldn't eat and then lay down and go to sleep because it makes your body swell. Um, my questions are, for one, is fish good? Would you eat fish? And for two, is meat just totally bad? I mean, as far as like chicken, can we be basically, I'm not gonna say vegan, but have a plant-based diet, just add chicken and fish? Would that be okay?
I do add fish to my diet. And as I stated before, you have to make the decisions that are best for you. And so people will tell you that, well, fish has a lot of mercury in it. And if you eat too much fish, then you'll have a high content of mercury. Um, chicken, chickens are, injected with antibiotics if they become sick. And so it takes the whole antibiotics and your body becomes immune to it, or it becomes accustomed to having the antibiotics. And so when you get sick, the antibiotics don't have the same effect on you. But you have to make the decisions. You have to make the decisions that's best for you. You know what I'm saying? Having a plant-based diet means that you have to know what it is, so you have to do the research about it. Having a plant-based diet doesn't necessarily mean that you have to always cut out meat, but anything that you have too much of is not
Mm,
necessarily good for you. Everything done in moderation is okay, right? And
Mhm.
so it's a decision. So when I first started my journey, I had to change my mindset about what I thought about food, because food was important. And I
Mhm.
had to change my mindset about it and realize that I was more important than the food. And when
Right.
I changed my mindset, it made that transition easier. So like when you ask what do I make stuff up. I put a whole bunch of vegetables in a pan and make something up and make some noodles with it, or make some noodles, make the vegetables the noodles. It just depends on what creativity that I have, but it comes from me being able to research stuff like what's the health and forks over knives and things of that nature.
nice.
One last thing, I got a confession to make. I'm allergic. I mean, not allergic. I'm addicted to Oreos.
I mean,
Then
that ain't super bad. You know what I'm saying? I got this one. The
I don't. I
nutrition,
think that'll be my only downfall is Oreos.
John Jay, the nutrition that you can get in the Oreo is pretty good, man.
Oh, that's
So
good news then.
yeah, you good.
man.
Just wipe
I
out the white part in the middle. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
y'all wildin', man. Y'all wildin', man. So, yeah, so that was a good segment. I definitely thought that was some good things you guys brought out. So we're gonna get into the last thing, and that is Quana. She has a business, so we're gonna let her talk about her business and plug it
Oh,
in real quick, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up.
All right. Well, thank you for the plug. My husband and I own a photography and video company. It is called Infinite Cinema. Our website is infinitecinemasr.com. We record all type of events. My husband always says, if you can see it with your eye, we can put it to video. If you could think it in your brain, we can put it to video. So that's weddings, funerals, parties, people talking, videos transferring videos like tapes to DVDs, using it to upload links. There's nothing that we can't do with a camera. There's nothing that we can't do um, with a video camera as well. We also offer full service events. And so if you're ever looking for an event, if you can imagine it or you can think it, we can definitely create it. And so we have that. And then our last business is that we also sell jewelry. So we offer you 100% full service of everything that you need, from centerpieces, party favors, decorations, being a coordinator, anything that you need, we absolutely have you covered.
I'm gonna have to holler at you on the jewelry part.
All right, I got you covered.
Yeah, we'll talk when we off air, but yeah, go ahead.
go ahead. This is a reason why I like what we're doing, man. This is the reason why I named it Everyday Heroes, because we have everyday heroes out here. It's not just about being a celebrity or being well known. We can support our own black businesses, support each other. So that's why I'm glad we're doing this too. So anything else, Corner? Any questions or things about the business? Because I know you said in the beginning that you tape record funerals and all that type of stuff. So how did you get started on all that, and how is business going now?
Oh my gosh, business is going great. My husband started the business several years ago, prior to us getting married. When we got married, it was just the two of us, me pregnant, holding a camera, and him holding a camera at different locations, recording sporting events. Like I said, weddings, just like everything we recorded. It was the two of us. Currently, we have about 20 independent business contractors that work with us, that, we offer them training and they work with our company. We're always looking to hire people. So definitely, if anybody's ever looking for something, just hit us up and let us know. We start them as young as 14, and we put a camera in their hand. We teach them not just about our business, but we also teach them how to own their own businesses. And so we also have people that spawn off of our business and become business owners themselves. So it's very wonderful to watch people. And like I said, infinitecinemasr.com is for our video. And then Reese's 5 Pieces is for our jewelry. So
Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
Reese's.
Reese's, REESES, the number 5, and then Pieces, PIECES.com.
All right, all right,
Yeah.
all right. And I want to put those in the description when we release this episode, so that way we're all good to go there. Is there any way they can reach you, social media, anything like that? If you're
Oh,
interested
yeah.
in that, if you're interested in that.
I'm definitely. We have Infinite Cinema is our site on Facebook. So it's INFINITE, and then cinemas, for some reason it's CINEMAS on Facebook. Our phone number is 727-776-6483. And we do travel, and we are actually international. So we have done events in St. Lucia, overseas, and even in Japan. So like we are really, our business has definitely grown, and we're very excited about it. So those are the areas that you can reach us. And then on YouTube, it is Infinite Cinema on YouTube. So you could definitely see anything and everything that we've ever recorded.
All right, all right, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this out from QWANA, from Real Name Written, from John J, from JB Written. This is Everyday Heroes, signing out.